Hey, Jimmy from Cup Stuff. Man, we got another good one for you today. We're gonna do something you may not have seen. This is Hot Honey Jalapeno pork belly. Oh my goodness. Smoked pork belly done with a hot honey jalapeno glaze. Oh my goodness, this is so good, and we're gonna show you how to do it. So, hang tight. Okay, here's what we have. We've got about a 5 pound, maybe just a little less than 5 pound pork belly. All right, everybody knows this is where your bacon comes from. Now, uncured, untreated, this is basically like just plain pork belly. Now, it does have some fat and skin on this side. You can see I'm just taking a knife and scoring it. I want my seasoning to go through here. I'm not really cutting into the meat. I'm just cutting into the fat. All right, season. Start with, here we go. This is Uncle Steve. This is something new. This is his new magic ribs. www.unclesteveshake.com. You can get some of this. There is nothing that I don't recommend that Uncle Steve makes. This is all good stuff, and I can immediately smell this shake as it goes on. I like some magic ribs. All right, we're gonna flip him over. We're gonna do this side. Now, I'm not going heavy. This is a decent piece of meat, so I'm getting some good shake on it. Pick it up, draw the ends in anything that spills over, get the sides, and there we go. All right, I'm gonna let this hang out for maybe 15 minutes or so while the smoker gets up to temp before I put it on. So when I do put it on, I'll bring it back. All right, well, we got the smoker up to 250 degrees. It's time to put our pork belly on. I'm gonna take it. You see, I've got the top rack in today, and I'm gonna take and just slide this up nice and pretty right here in the middle. On top, I have a probe. I'm gonna put pretty deep right there in the middle and close it up. Now, I've got one up here I want to put up in the neighborhood so I can keep track of what the temp is up there and watch it. I'm gonna keep it about 250 up there. Now, what I want is I want smoke and I want color on that pork belly. Once I get there, and we'll see how long that takes. I don't know yet, we'll see. Then I'm gonna wrap it. So when I get to that point, that's when I'm gonna bring it back. All right, looks like we've hit the stall. This is hung out in the 130s, and it hadn't moved in almost an hour, and this is 4 hours in. So let's pick this up. I'm gonna take it over to the table and get it ready. And when I do, I'll bring you back. Okay, so we moved over to the table, and what we're gonna do is I have an entire stick of butter here that I'm gonna use if I can get the paper off. Come on here. There we go. All right. And I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna cut several pretty good pats. I'm gonna cut this whole stick of butter up into pats, and I'm just going to take it and lay it out like this. Now, this is Mike's Spicy Hot Honey, and I'm going to take and go over the butter just a little bit. And then let me get some gloves on here. I'm going to take and turn this over and lay it meat side down right on top of the butter. Let's fold it up like this. Turn it this way. I'm going to fold the butter, the package up this way. Bring it up like this. Seal it in tight. I'm going back on the grill with this package. I'm going to stick my probe back in it. I want this to go to about 200 to 205, somewhere between there. I'll probe it and see if it's tender. And when it gets there, I'll bring you back. All right, we got half a stick of butter. We got our iron hot. And I want to get this butter pretty much melted. And that won't take but a second. I'm going to start putting jalapenos in. Now this is 3, let's call them medium size. They weren't huge. And put them in. I want to get these cooked down, softened up. Let me get these softened up. I'll bring you back. Okay, we've got this jalapeno softened up. This is Mike's Hot Honey. There you go. We're going to stir in, and I'm going to use a vinegar-based barbecue sauce. You use whatever you like. That's about half a bottle. And I'm going to let this cook down to use for my glaze. One more thing I'm going to put in it. I want just a little bit. This is hot pickle jar of pickles. I'm going to pour just a little bit of the pickle juice in it, just for flavor. Stir it up. And we're going to let it cook down. Okay. So I've let this cook down just a little bit. Now it's time to add the last ingredient. I'm going to put about, I don't know, maybe half a cup of brown sugar in this. I'll let this caramelize up a little bit. There we go. That ought to be good. Let's stir this in. And this is really going to thicken up and get sweet with the addition of that brown sugar. All right, let's let it cook down just a little bit, and I'll bring you back. Okay, we've let this cook down in this cast iron I'm gonna see how big a mess I can make and pour it out into this mason jar. And there's our glaze. All right, well, we've gone another 3 hours wrapped up. And I've been probing this as we go along, and this feels just as tender as it can be. So what I want to do now is I want to take it off and take it over to the table. I'll bring you back. All right, let's carefully, this is hot stuff, unwrap this and see what we're looking like in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get this out. Let me get a glove on here, because that's going to be hot stuff. One should be enough. I'm gonna, oh yeah, look at that. I'll put it in the pan over there, wrap this up. And move this over a little bit out of the way. Let's bring this back to the table here. Carefully. It wants to come apart. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this side, and I'm just going to take and pour some of this glaze over the top of it, and I'm going to spread it out. You see, that's got those cooked jalapenos in it. Go back over there. I'm gonna pour some on the other side. Let's do it. And I may do a little dressing up when I get to the smoker. I'm gonna put this on the smoker. I'm gonna let this set about 15 minutes or so, take it off, and when I bring it back to the table, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, this is glazed. This glaze is pretty much set. Let's cut a piece off here and see what we got. Oh yeah, look at the smoke ring. Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna cut a bite off here for me. All right, here we go. I'm going in. It's a little hot. I can take it. All right. The magic ribs, the jalapeno glaze, jalapeno honey. Oh my goodness. What a combination. This is good stuff. Now, if you want a way to do this, you can cook it whole like this. You can cut it up into bites and do like burn-ins with pork, but try it whole. Oh man, this is good. That's the other half of my bite. Man, this is good. Try it. You'll love it. Thanks for sticking around. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it. You hit circle and subscribe on this side. I'll have another video just for you over here. So until next time, hey,